Good afternoon folks, and welcome to this version of the book review. We've got two more great books in my opinion. One is a classic from the 1970s, which is the Cookbook of the month. And the other one is a fairly modern book, last couple of 3 years I think it came out, by an author called Stephanie Chivers, who I will talk about in just a moment. But we'll start with the cookery book. So those of you of a certain age will remember a programme called The Galloping Gourmet. Graham Kerr was, in my view, after Fanny Craddock, the first proper TV chef, as in fact he taught you how to do things live in front of a camera. He was classically trained, and the shows, I mean, we have, you know, cuts of lamb, it goes into full detail, it's a bit like Mrs. Beeton, gives you, this is a version of it. It shows you the technology of the time, a deep fat fryer, and some of the other bits and pieces that were around. So modern equipment wise it's been replaced, but the actual methods, stuffing a saddle of Rochdale lamb, I mean, this is just old-fashioned cookery. However, old-fashioned it might be, but it teaches you the methods to do a lot of the classics today, if that's the type of cookery you want to do. I love looking into these sorts of things by people like this, and then basically adapting them to the modern day, and what you can buy easily. You can go to certain butchers and get any cut of meat you want. If you find a butcher like that, they tend to be a little bit more expensive, but they're sometimes worth it. But this guy basically introduced fun to cooking at home. The show, go onto YouTube, you'll find loads and loads of the shows in there. He was my idol when I was first getting into catering, 40 odd years ago. And I used to watch his TV programme and say, I could do that. I never have, but it'd be nice to see it. So that is this week's cookery book. I'm working my way through it. This is a new copy. I lost my old copy in a house move once, years and years ago. So I bought this online. It was only something like a tenner, £10 or £12, so nothing drastic there money wise, but he will teach you some of the classic ways of preparing food if you really want to get into your food. Okay, so that's my cookbook of the month. Moving on, for those of you that know me, who not just through this but and Facebook, but through in real life, will know that I spent a good few years, probably 30 years, in the hospitality and catering trade, and I have always enjoyed my food. I've always enjoyed a drink of alcohol with my food, whether it be wine with a meal, whether it be champagne, whether it be a cold beer with a pie and chips. Whether it be a glass of port with the cheese afterwards, or a brandy and cigar, going back through the years. And for those of you that know me well, you know I've always made sure that I overindulge, sometimes to my own detriment. So it's, you get to a certain point in your life, one thing happens is your body can't take it as much as it used to. And two, you start to realise actually there's more than going out and getting plastered. So I started looking into ways to help me curb my drinking. I don't wish to stop because I enjoy the taste of wines, I love brandies, I love champagne and all the other different types of drinks you can buy around the world. But there's ways of curbing it if you're a regular drinker, that I was, where you would drink every single day, Friday nights out, restaurants, pubs, clubs, over the years, and you start to think that there must be something that I'm doing wrong here to want to drink every night. Alcohol is very addictive, so whether it's made that way by the manufacturers, I don't know, but alcohol itself is very addictive, and it's very easy to get drawn into it. I did an experiment last year where I did 100 days dry. One, for my own peace of mind. Two, to give my body a chance to say, relief, I'm not getting pounded by alcohol every day. So I bought this book, and as I say, it's a lady called Stephanie Chivers, and it's called There Is No Magic Button. People talk to me about alcohol and other habits. This talks about eating disorders, it talks about drinking disorders, it talks about good habits and bad habits, and how you see them in your own life. So it's a good book to read if you're just thinking, Where am I in my life? Is it a point in my life where I want to actually make some changes? And it talks to you about how to make those changes. There is no quick fix. It will depend on you and you alone. Nobody can help you. You can take guidance from books like this, but Stephanie, basically it's up to you, and how you do it has to suit what is right for you. So let's take drinking for me. I was doing it every day. So what's the first thing I did? I stopped drinking Monday to Thursday. I just had a drink at the weekend. And then last year, that was before my 100 days off. And then last year I set myself the target. From the 1st of July, I was not going to drink. So I did no July, no August, no September, started again in mid-October. And I did 100 days. Why did I start again? I fancied a cold beer. End of story. And it's been able to pick it up and leave it rather than being addicted. Was I addicted? Was I labelled with the word alcoholic? Some people might say so. Did I ever see myself as an alcoholic? No, I didn't. I like to drink, but the badge alcoholic is talked about in here, and is there such a thing as an alcoholic, or is it a made-up thing? The AA recovery program and things like that. You've got to make these decisions for yourself. I found this book about habits more than anything, both eating, drinking, and generally in the mindset. I found this book very, very inspirational. I've read it once cover to cover, and I'm about halfway through going back and working through all the exercises again this year. And it's if you've got a journey to go on to help you with any type of addiction or any type of problem, whether it be eating, drinking, drugs, any of the things that society sort of sticks a label on, have a read of it. It's well worth it. This will be available through the website very, very shortly once I've finished speaking to Stephanie. So we're just trying to line up how the books are going to be dispatched and get to you, and there'll be more details about whether it's available as an e-book, which I believe it is. I like physical books. I like to pick them up and read them and flick through them. Not so easy on an electronic book, that's personal choice. So those are my two books for this month. An old classic about Graham Kerr's cookery and culinary delights, and a very, very modern book on addiction to food, drugs, anything else, good habits, bad habits, by a lady called Stephanie Chivers. Have a look at her, she's brilliant. So that's it for this time. We will see you again for the food hack in a week's time. Take care. See you soon. Bye for now.